Hi, my name is Boris, and in this video I'm about to show you how you can transform loops into completely different groovy patterns. Let's listen to the track and I will solo out the element that we're going to be working on. Before we get into the details, if you like what we are doing on this channel, consider subscribing for more Ableton Live tips like this one. We've got a lot more coming up. And this is actually a project by Jonas Saalbach, and it is completely free to download. And the sample pack comes from a sample pack released. It's made by a producer named Chots. And I really encourage you guys to check this one out. All the links, both to the project file and the samples, will be available below the video in the description. So let's find the original sample actually. Here's our everything bundle with all of the released sound packs. Let's go to Chots. Let's go to loops. Let's go to actually Electron, because this comes from his Electron synthesizer. This is this sample. And it got transformed with what Jonas Saalbach did into this. So as you can hear, it becomes a sort of bass sound actually, and the rhythm is completely changed here. Okay, so let's start from a clear audio track, and I will drag and drop this sample here. First of all, obviously, let's pitch it down -12 semitones. And it already gives us a little bit of a bass sound. Now, we can actually go and mess around with different warp modes here. Jonas Saalbach chose tones, and this actually is really handy because you've got this grain size, which actually changes the timbre. And actually what Jonas did is he changed the start point to 1.2, and he's only using half of this loop. So this is what it sounds like now. And now we don't need the entire length, so just half the length. And now the issue is that we've got the start marker at 1.2, so this is actually where the loop starts. In order to make it a bit visually clearer, we can actually consolidate this clip, so Command and J or right click and consolidate.
Just a quick break before we go back to the tutorial. If you find these type of videos helpful, we can highly recommend the PML Academy with over 35 full-length online courses, spreading over topics like writing chords and melodies or arranging your songs to producing entire songs from start to finish. So check out the link in the description to see what's inside the all courses bundle exactly.
So now we have a clear view of what's going on here. And what Jonas did actually is he went to this envelopes view here, so this second tab, and from clip and from gain, he drew some automations here. So he silenced the clip and at the beginning when the kicks are playing, and then he's going to play this note and now silence a few of the next notes, and maybe do the same thing over here and over here. And he also added 2 stutters, just like this and like this. So this is what it sounds like now. It actually sounds the same, should sound the same as the original sound. Well, with the only exception that we've got some effects here. So we can actually copy this chain onto our new track, and you can see that we've got subtle overdrive going left and right in the stereo spectrum with this auto pan, a little bit of white noise from erosion, which gives that nice noisy characteristic, and some EQ to boost the mids at around 1K and to clean up the lows and cut a little bit of the highs. But there's actually another technique that you can use, which you can find a little bit easier to work with. So maybe let's make another audio track and copy the original clip. If we don't want to draw in the automations in the clip, we can actually chop it up manually by splitting the clip in parts where we want to cut it. For example, we can cut it here. So selecting the place where we want to make the cut and clicking Command E, which splits the clip, and doing the same thing here, here, boom. Now we don't want this, and maybe we also don't want this. And maybe now we can actually split this bit and do this. And now it should be the same as the clip we've made before. Now let's play it with the kick. And we can actually compare it with this one visually. If we right click, consolidate this one, you can see actually it lines up almost the same way. Yeah, so these are two techniques. We can actually consolidate this clip as well. And now we've got a brand new loop, which comes from a lead. We can actually enable looping over here and drag it as long as we want in the track. And that's it. There are pros and cons to both approaches. If you use what Jonas Saalbach did, you've got a bit more flexibility later on because you can always edit. So if you copy this clip, you can add different automations. So you can change it later on in the track if you want a different groove. But this way it's a little bit easier. It's manual chopping and it's a little bit more visual, so you can line it up nicely and you've got a little bit more visual control over what you're doing. Alright, thank you guys very much for watching. That's it for today. Consider checking out our Music Production Academy. We've got a lot of start to finish courses on there for both beginners and more advanced producers. Subscribe and hit the notification bell, like and comment if you like this video, and I will see you in the next ones.